Have you ever had one of those mornings where you want to be disciplined, but your body just says, nope, not today? You know exactly what you should do. You know the routine. You know the checklist. And yet, somehow, you end up scrolling, delaying, or convincing yourself you'll start in 10 minutes. Asterisk, I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. And what always frustrated me was this. Motivation felt so fragile. If I woke up tired or stressed, the whole day could fall apart. Asterisk, but here's the part nobody really teaches you. Discipline isn't a mood. It's a system. A set of small, science-backed habits that make showing up almost automatic, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Asterisk, so, in this video, we're breaking down 5 habits proven by psychology, behavioral science, and real-world examples that quietly build discipline in the background of your life. Asterisk, these aren't hacks or hype. These are habits that actually stick. By the end, you'll know exactly how to make discipline something you rely on, not something you hope for. Let's get into it. Asterisk. Habit 1. The activation energy drop method. First habit is something researchers call reducing activation energy. In simple terms, make the task easier to start. Asterisk. Most people don't struggle with doing a task. They struggle with starting the task. Think about a heavy door. Once it's open, it swings easily. But that first push, that's where all the friction is. Science tells us that when a task feels large or vague, the brain interprets it as a threat. Your mind automatically resists. Asterisk, so here's the habit, make your tasks one step easier than they currently are. If your goal is to study for 2 hours, the real first step is open the book, or sit at your desk, or start a 5-minute warm-up review. I used to make studying this giant 2-hour block in my head, and I'd avoid it for no real reason. Once I switched to just open the laptop and read the first paragraph, I stopped avoiding it. Asterisk, mini example. Japanese students preparing for entrance exams often break tasks into extremely small micro-starts. Instead of study physics, it's solve one sample problem. Starting becomes effortless, and momentum follows naturally. Pitfall. Don't trick yourself by saying, I'll only do 5 minutes, and then trying to force yourself to do more. Let the momentum build naturally. If you make it feel like a trap, the brain resists again. Asterisk. Habit 2, the environment. Next is a deceptively powerful habit. Your environment shapes your discipline more than motivation ever will. There's a classic study where researchers put people in different rooms, some messy, some clean. In the cleaner rooms, people made more disciplined and responsible decisions. Without being told to why, your brain takes cues from your surroundings. If your room, desk, or digital space is chaotic, your mind follows. So the habit is, design an environment where the default behavior is the disciplined one, not the dramatic, clean your room perfectly kind of thing, but subtle changes. Put your phone across the room while working. Keep your study tools already laid out the night before. Remove snacks or distractions from your desk. Use apps that block time-wasting sites by default. One of my friends in med school literally studies at the same library desk every day. Same seat, same time, same setup. He says that when he sits there, his brain just switches modes. Mini example. Harvard students often use location association, one place for deep study, one for breaks. Your environment becomes a mental shortcut. Pitfall. Don't try to create a perfect space before you start. Just remove one friction point today. Perfectionism is the enemy here. Habit 3. The 2-minute recovery rule. This one sounds tiny, but it's one of the strongest discipline builders I've ever used. Most people think discipline is never slipping up. That's unrealistic. Real discipline is recovering quickly when you do slip. The 2-minute recovery rule means this. Whenever you break your plan, procrastinate, scroll, want to recover within 2 minutes. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't say, I'll reset later. Just close the tab, stand up, breathe, and go back. That tiny bounce back trains your brain to trust you. It tells your mind, even if we slip, we return. In productivity terms, this prevents small breaks from becoming entire wasted days. Mini example. One of my viewers shared that he used this while preparing for law exams. He'd catch himself drifting. But instead of spiraling into guilt, he'd just say, back in 2 minutes. He said it was the best academic year of his life. Pitfall. Be careful not to judge yourself during the slip. If you turn the rule into punishment, it stops working. It's supposed to be a reset, not a scolding. Habit for the identity before action. Shift this. One comes directly from behavioral psychology. We often think discipline comes from willpower, but a clearer predictor is identity. You think of yourself as, I'm someone who always gets distracted, you act like it. But if you shift to, I'm the type of person who keeps small promises to myself, your actions start aligning. So the habit is, before you start a task, take 1 second and name the identity you want to show up with. It can be silent. It can be simple. I'm someone who focuses for 5 minutes. I'm someone who starts small. I'm someone who follows through just once. This works because your brain wants to act consistently with the identity you declare. In a tiny mini example. Athletes do this all the time. A runner doesn't say, I hope I feel motivated today. They say, I'm a runner, so I run. Identity anchors behavior. I used to label myself as bad at routines. Once I switched to I'm someone who experiments with routines. Suddenly it didn't feel like pressure, it felt like practice. Pitfall. Don't choose huge, unrealistic identities like I'm ultra-disciplined now. Start small. Micro-identities build real confidence. Habit 5, the sleep-protected discipline loop. This one is the least glamorous, but it might be the most important. If your sleep is unstable, your discipline will always feel unstable. Not because you're lazy, because your brain literally loses its ability to regulate impulses and decisions. Research shows that even one night of reduced sleep increases procrastination, emotional reactivity, cravings, avoidance behaviors. So the habit is, protect the last 60 minutes of your night. Not the whole evening, not the whole day. Just the last hour. This is when your brain is setting up the next day's readiness. Some simple things that work. No heavy mental decisions in the last hour. Low light, a quick room reset, preparing tomorrow's top task. Reducing phone use, a consistent bedtime window. My own discipline didn't truly stabilize until I fixed this. It wasn't about waking up at 5 a.m. It was about respecting that last hour before sleep. Mini example. In Korean study cultures where long academic days are normal, students often do a closing routine at night. Straighten the desk, review tomorrow's plan, disconnect. It's not aesthetic, it's functional. Pitfall. Don't try to build an elaborate night routine. If it's too complicated, you won't follow it. Start with a 5-minute shutdown ritual and build gradually. Pitfalls, common mistakes before we wrap up. Let's touch on the 3 most common mistakes people make when building discipline. Waiting for motivation instead of building systems. Motivation is great, but it's unreliable. Build habits that work on low energy days, not peak days. Trying to change everything at once, your brain hates sudden, dramatic transformations. Pick one habit from this video and start there. Beating yourself up when you slip. Shame kills discipline way faster than laziness. Treat recovery as a skill, not a punishment. So here's your challenge. Pick just one of these habits and apply it today. Not all 5. Just one. Trust me, discipline grows through small wins repeated consistently. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. We dive deep into science-backed strategies like this every week, and I'd love to help you build momentum. And if you want the next video, we're breaking down how to stay consistent without relying on willpower. It's one of the most practical frameworks I've ever shared. You've got this. See you in the next one.